This is the Ohio AgNet. I'm Joel Penorwood, broadcasting from the Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Certain Corn Herbicide. Unleash residual power early to allow for pre- or post-application to attack weeds at their weakest. In news, the U.S. Department of Treasury is moving ahead with long-awaited guidance for the new 45Z Clean Fuel Production Tax Credit, a key policy aimed at boosting biofuels and sustainable aviation fuel. The proposed 170-page rule lays out how producers qualify and includes incentives for lower carbon farming practices like no-till and cover crops, but potentially add value to corn and soybean crops along the way. Groups like the Renewable Fuels Association and American Soybean Association tell us it brings needed clarity. It could strengthen domestic markets for U.S. feedstocks. The plan also limits eligibility to crops grown in the U.S., Canada, or Mexico. But fuel retailers, including the National Association of Convenience Stores, argue that the credit too complicated and will not lower prices at the pump. A public hearing is set for May 28th as Treasury works toward final rules. It's always a fun statistic this time of year. Coming up this weekend, of course, the Super Bowl. How many chicken wings will be eaten? Well, the National Chicken Council says in their annual chicken wing report, they project Americans will eat 1.48 billion chicken wings while watching the Patriots and Seahawks battle for the Lombardi Trophy. Markets higher across the board today. We'll take a look at commodities coming up next on the Ohio AgNet.
Get ready to bid on the heavy equipment and vehicles you need in a Ritchie Brothers Midwest Regional event happening February 10th through 12th. Inventory is at Ritchie Brothers locations in Columbus, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Kansas City, and Lincoln, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of excavators, loaders, dump trucks, and truck tractors. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Columbus to sign up. rbauction.com/Columbus.
Time now on the Ohio AgNet for closing market numbers after Tuesday's trade in Chicago. The Board of Trade seeing nice but gentle gains across the board. March corn up 2 3/4 to 428.5 per bushel. May corn at 435 3/4 up 2 1/4. March soybeans 5.5 cents to the plus side, 10.65 3/4 their price. May soybeans selling at 10.77 1/4 up 4 3/4. And July wheat priced at 5.48 3/4, 1 1/4 cent up. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. How are you doing on the livestock side, especially after last Friday's report from USDA, which says right now we have the least amount of cattle in the national herd on record. February live cattle up $2.15 to $240.33. April feeder to cattle price at $365.88 per hundredweight, up $1.70 for the national price. February lean hogs 80 cents up to a price of $88.55, while April lean hogs are $1.53 skyward. Milk up by about 50 cents in future months. This is the Ohio AgNet.